the centre has notified the final rules under all 4 labour codes, nearly 6 years after Parliament passed them, consolidating over 24 older laws into a single unified framework. Draft rules were published in December 2025, and after stakeholder consultations, the final rules were issued on 8th May 2026. So what are these new rules and what do they mean for workers and the industry? The centre has notified the final rules under all 4 labour codes. Now these codes are the Code on Wages 2019, the Industrial Relations Code 2020, the Code on Social Security 2020 and the Occupational Safety, Health and Working Conditions Code 2020. For now, the central rules apply immediately to sectors where the central government is the appropriate authority, which are banking, insurance, telecom, oil and gas, mines, major ports, air transport and central public sector undertakings. Contractors working with these sectors are also covered. Now, one of the most talked about changes involves working hours. The rules cap the weekly limit at 48 hours, but crucially, they do not specify how these hours must be spread across the week. So that flexibility opens the door for employers to restructure shifts, potentially allowing employees to work longer days across 4 days and take 3 days off. Labour experts say manufacturing, infrastructure, IT services and shared service operations could adapt to this model more easily. But sectors tied to real-time delivery or strict client timelines may struggle operationally. Importantly, daily wage workers are still capped at an 8-hour workday. Beyond that, overtime kicks in at twice the regular wage rate. The new framework introduces several protections that were previously absent or inconsistently applied. Employers must now issue mandatory appointment letters, a basic protection many informal workers have never received. Fixed-term employees become eligible for gratuity after just 1 year of service. The definition of wages has been tightened, with explicit exclusions listed. And this matters because gratuity, provident fund and overtime calculations, all of these depend on how wages are defined. Then compliance is also going digital. Wage slips, attendance records and notices can now be maintained electronically, and employers must retain wage and overtime records for 5 years. For women workers, the rules set out conditions for night shifts, including requirements for consent and transport arrangements. And for gig and platform workers, a first-of-its-kind structured framework is now in place. Aggregators must register their gig workers on a designated government portal within 45 days of the rules coming into effect. Social security schemes for these workers are yet to be notified, but the registration process has begun. Now, for companies, this is the implementation mode. Experts say the compliance burden has gone up. Businesses need to review compensation structures, payroll systems, HR policies, workplace safety standards. Now, one major concern is compliance cost. Companies may now spend more on overtime payments, documentation, reskilling contributions, and welfare obligations. But at the same time, businesses also gain greater clarity and uniformity in labor regulations. Now, the real impact will depend on how companies implement these rules and how states align with the centre's framework. Follow and subscribe to Business Standard for more stories.